What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. You also know, been talking a lot about my Glance LED, and a lot of you have been buying units. And I know once you buy the unit, you are going to look at this thing and say, how on earth did I watch TV? Did I play video games? Did I work without this? No subscription fee. I can't understate that. You're not going to pay each month for this, but you can control it and tell it exactly what you want. Real time, premium data, updates from the NFL, NCAA, NBA, NHL, UFC, NASCAR. If you don't want to care about sports, that's fine. Weather, news, stocks. Incredible unit. Really does feel like you were always connected to sport or whatever it is that you want to be connected to. Cannot recommend this product enough because I know once you get it, you are going to love it. Now, less than 90 seconds in, let me just say this video here, everyone has an opinion, okay? And no one's opinion is wrong. If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. This isn't simulation football being broken down. This isn't X's and O's. There's not a right or wrong. But let me just say, if EA had done this with Madden, I feel like the backlash would have been way more. So my opinion is going to be based on this channel, which is built on simulation sports. As of this moment, you do not have one woman in professional baseball. Now, could that change? Sure. I imagine at some point it could happen. I would argue that it's more likely that you would see a female league like you do with the WNBA. I would also probably want to debate whether or not that would be a softball league, which is a collegiate sport, which was an Olympic sport, which is coming back to the Olympics. I could probably say it would be easier to make a case that it would have been more respectful to females to include a softball variant game mode rather than just put a female player model in the game that uses the same animations as male characters. But I think we need to have kind of a talk about women's sports in general. Because to me, I don't think any less of a female athlete. I don't think less of Ronda Rousey as an MMA fighter as I did Conor McGregor. I don't think less of a female in auto racing than I would a man. Women's golfers are just as much talented, if not more so, than men. The athletic sacrifice they make is the same. It's just on the scale of a female body. And that's exactly why any type of intergender sport has always been questioned by and large. Andy Kaufman made a career off this. And it's just as relevant today, 40 years after his death, than it is now. And this is why, if you look at the UFC games, if you look at the PGA games, look at the NASCAR games, by default, they're including females as they're currently in the landscape of the sport. So, with that said, it's hard for me to understand the logic behind just taking women and putting them into professional baseball, where currently none reside. And I understand the easy answer is someone to just yell woke culture. But I think we need to look beyond that, because when you start forcing inclusion into a game, you're admitting that you're not doing it for the right reasons. Because listen, by this very nature, if you're going to say, well, we're going to put women in the game for the sake of putting women in the game, then why not Road to the Show senior citizens keeping active? It's just as plausible. You know, baseball used to have a senior league. Golf has a senior tour. What's the big deal? And that's kind of the point. No one asked for this to be put in the game. And when you do things that people don't ask for, it means you intentionally overlooked things that they did. This would be no different than EA coming out and saying, rather than just female refs, we put in a female body type in Madden. I think people would be just as frustrated. I mean, right now, if you go back on this channel. What I wanted in the show was the pitch clock, larger bases, things that are in the game. And yet this was what was being worked on. And I think most troubling is when I think about the game, the first images we saw were of Vladdy Jr. in his hair. And now it seems like we know why they had to work on the hair physics so much. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching it. I will be back tomorrow with more commentary.